What's up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video. I am doing the collective read. This is for all signs. As I mentioned in, I believe it was Scorpio's read for last week or so. Every 12 subscribers, I do a collective read, 12 or more. And since we hit 17 at this moment, it's collective read time. So this for all the signs, of course, general reading, of course. If you want a more so in-depth reading regarding you, your sign, or just you in general, obviously you being your sign, you're able to do so by sending me an email down below. Let me get the shuffling and do all that talking. But, sending me an email down below. Just be mindful that if there's anybody coming out pretended to be me, message you on social media, it is not me, because I would not reach out on social media at all. And let's see if we could get a few more cards just for this collective reading and stuff. But I will not be reaching out to you on social media, nor will I email you initially. If there is someone pretending to be me once again who has emailed you, it is a scammer, so just be mindful of that. I said a couple more. Spirit, not a whole dang stack, but we already got three here. Oh, these wanted to fall out, so let's just see if this is gonna fit. All right. Like I said, collective read. So this is for you, this is for me, this is for every sign there is to be. But nah, this is for the collective that we should just be knowledgeable about right now. Okay, I have all 8 right here, and let's get started. All right. We do have the Chariot in reverse, unfortunately. This energy here is like someone who isn't necessarily moving on the goals that they have for themselves, and it is making them to the point where they're being frustrated. There's some aggression in this energy here, where you're frustrated because you're not making the moves that you want to make, and it seems as though you're stuck. One of us, you know what I'm saying? Again, it could be me, it could be you, it could be whatever, a collective in general. If it applies to you, that's what these collectives are for, right? If it applies, then let's take the moment to be honest about ourselves. But if it doesn't apply, don't force it, and don't be crazy about it, Next, we have the emotional, I was going to say the emotional immaturity card. Because it is emotional immaturity, though. But when it's in this position, all right, the Page of Cups in reverse. So again, like I said, the emotional immaturity card. But no, emotional immaturity is one of the aspects of this card. But also when we are blocked creatively. So it might be some creatives out there who, we're in this mode of stagnancy and we're frustrated, and because we're in a creative block, but we're not looking at it from a standpoint that, or at least emotionally, we're not moving in a mature standpoint. And I know creative blocks suck. I know, as I've mentioned before on here, not in everybody's reading, but I don't just do these tarot readings. I'm an author. I'm an independent author. I'm a writer, creative writer. I write screenplays and all that stuff. So I know what it is to be a creator, and there are moments where I have suffered creative blocks. Not at this moment in time. I'm currently working on something. I just published a book of mine back in June. If you are interested in all of that, then, I'm going to do a little self-pub, say but boom, all right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to show you the book. But if you're interested in all of that, just shoot me an email, all right? But aside from that, I understand moments of being in a creative block and how frustrating that is. I also understand how my emotions can get in the way when I am in moments like that. You know, um, you don't want to move in this type of energy though, where you're like you're very hopeless. Again, Nine of Swords and upright, where you're very hopeless when it comes to this creative block. We have to move forward from this stagnancy, whether it's creative block or not. There's a stagnancy, is what I'm saying, right? And again, if you are a creator and you're going through this creative block, or there's a stagnancy that is far from, and you're not, a person who creates things, or a creator or creative, right? But there's still stagnancy in your life. Stagnancy happens to everybody, creators and non-creators, right? So, the way that we're going about it right now is just like, it doesn't seem as though it's the right move emotionally, uh, to combat that block. I think we really need to go deep inside. Let me see, like, what's at the bottom of the deck. Unfortunately, this is at the bottom of the deck, but fortunately, we have the Nine of Pentacles at the top of the deck. So financial freedom, luxury, leisure, I know I didn't finish all the cards yet, but I just wanted to pull, just those two, just to see what's the unknown energy. Again, we do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Hopefully you can see that. And this is self-sabotage. This is just being hesitant of making a move. And it's possibly due to this energy that I'm seeing here. But again, as I've stated before, we do have this. So keep this in mind throughout this entire reading. Keep this in mind that when we do go about moving out of this stagnancy with emotional intelligence, with just a patience and compassion for ourselves, this is what could happen. Okay, so I'm going to put this actually right here. I'll put the Ace of Wands back into the deck, just so when I put all these cards back in, and of course I'm going to put the Nine of Pentacles back in as well, but just so I could clear that energy once it is all said and done with this reading. But after, just to continue the reading, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So animosity, cruelty, confusion as well. I can't tell you what is the reason. I'm confused just as much as you might be right now, all right, as to what might be causing this stagnant energy. Once again, if it applies, it applies, but if it doesn't, let it fly. I can tell you right now, I personally, I'm looking at this reading because, like I said, this could be very much applicable to me, and just as it is for you. Again, it's for all 12 signs, so my sign included, Virgo. So, but I'm looking at this reading so far, and I'm trying to not just read it for you all, but trying to see where it fits into my life. And there's one area, not in my creative life, let me just put it that way. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not feeling that creative block right now. Am I moving at a rate that I probably would love to move as far as my career in writing and stuff? No, but it's not. It's still moving. You know what I'm saying? It's not like at a standstill. But there is an area in my life right now, outside of writing, which it does seem like a standstill. A couple areas now that I'm thinking about it. So again, I'm taking that, and I am taking the message again of do not screw up this or make this situation worse, essentially, by reacting immaturely emotionally, or just immaturely in general. Okay, so that's the advice I'm giving to myself thus far, and I hope that that's something you're applying to yourself as well. We do have 4 more cards, so let's continue. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe a lot of this confusion that we saw, or stagnancy, especially with the Ace of Swords in reverse that we just saw, has to do with us not getting our priorities straight. Remember, we're still in Virgo season. It ends on the 22nd, so we have exactly 11 more days from when I'm recording this, of course. But we have exactly 11 days left of Virgo season, and one of the pillars, as I mentioned in the general readings that I did last weekend, about Virgo season, or not last week yet, actually last weekend, Friday, whatever the case is, right? When I did the Virgo season readings, right? It was about making sure that we create a system that is detail oriented, that will make it easy for us to prioritize the things that we need to do on a daily basis or the weekly basis or even a monthly basis, however long you feel compelled to plan ahead, plan in advance, right? But it does seem like in this energy, for some folks, not everybody again, but some folks out there haven't taken heed to that message. Again, you can do this in any season, but we do have, again, 11 more days of Virgo season, and like I said, that is one of the pillars of Virgo season, one of the things that every sign, not just Virgos, can take part of. So what I'm saying here is you still have time to make this energy for the remainder of Virgo season. You still have the time to work on your priorities, to fix the issues of stagnancy and confusing that has been plaguing you, or that is in this reading right here. All right. We do have the Five of Wands in reverse. This is, coming together in a sense, cooperating with a team, respecting differences at the very least. This is about just I do want to say peace, but it is avoiding conflict. Let me put it that way. So yeah, peace in a way, but it's not necessarily like peace in a sense. It's not always, let me put it that way, peace in the sense of where everybody is getting along because they all agree on the same decision. No, this is peace in the sense of you might have a different way of going about doing something. Someone else or a group of people, whoever this might symbolize, to whoever these other people might symbolize, might have a different way. But you all are not allowing these differences, whatever they are or may be, to get in the way of you all's relationship. You all are not going to fight and have conflict because of these differences, which is a good thing to see. That's going to help bring some peace within this energy, within this confusion that you might have, within this stagnancy. That is at the very least, one less thing you have to worry about, as opposed to taking care of this energy. You don't have to worry about keeping the peace, or worry about protecting yourself from conflict from those around you, because it seems as though right now you have decided, you and them have decided that this is how you all are going to move. And like I said, I don't really like talking about a lot of other people's energies and other people's readings, but this is a collective reading, so I think it is very fitting, at least at this moment in time, to bring up other people's energies within this, because whether they want to admit to it or not, whether they believe in tarot, whatever, they are still a part of the collective. They might not be like conscious like of the conscious collective, but nonetheless, as the spirit collective or human collective, they are still a part of it. And with that being said, this energy still could apply to them as well. And this is a good move for whoever it applies to out there, because again, with all these issues of stagnancy, confusion and stuff, you don't want to add more to the plate. The plate's already full with things that we don't want. But like I said, keep in mind, I told you I was going to keep this out. Keep this in mind, that this is the energy that we don't see. Again, it was at the top of the deck. But this is the energy that we don't see, but it's present still. So yeah. We have the tower in reverse. This is resisting change and stalling what pretty much needs to be changed. Um, so a lot of the stagnancy that we have maybe in this reading has to do with this fear that if we make a change, or if we allow things, if we don't allow this tower to just crumble, to be honest with you, then everything is going to fall apart. It might be a situation, whoever, again, collective, I'm speaking to somebody out there. It might be a situation where you're just going to have to let this situation in. This tower has to fall. It has to come down. But in order for things to be rebuilt back into the beautiful state and the peaceful state that you want it to be, you have to let the tower happen. This is you. This is like, and I hate that I'm gonna use this analogy because I don't like when people destroy forests, but for time's sake and for whatever sake, I am going to use this analogy, but I hate that I'm using it. So let's just say there is like a forest that is going to be destroyed and all this other stuff, right? And you have protesters who are chaining themselves to trees and stuff. This was big in the 90s, 80s and stuff. All the folk. I don't know if environmentalists do this now. Highly doubt it, but this ain't the channel for my opinions on all that. But as far as what they used to do, environmentalists used to do in the past, was when they wanted to protest the the destroying of trees. I can't even say the word deforestation, whatever this is, but the destruction of trees, right? When they wanted to protest that, they used to literally chain themselves to trees. And use other methods that will glue themselves to these trees and stop that from happening. And I'm not saying it was a good thing that these corporations or whoever wanted to destroy these trees. Absolutely not. We see the effects of what's happening with global warming because of the destruction of the trees. Again, not the channel for that. let me not get sideswiped. But it's in this analogy. If these folks do not allow this thing to be destroyed, right? You're blocking the blessings that can happen by not allowing it to be destroyed. Let's just say, again, in the analogy that I use, yeah, trees being destroyed is a bad thing, but who knows that that land wasn't going to be turned into something that would actually benefit the people. It was actually being destroyed so it could be turned into like actual affordable housing, that was worth a damn. And let's just say in the future, those people, they live in this community. It's a community where they're thriving together, they're working together, and guess what? They start planting trees again. They start planting trees, growing your own food, all this other stuff, essentially doing great things for the environment and the community at large. And so it's like you don't know what's ahead. Like I said, this was the unknown energy, or this is the unknown energy right here. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. It's like you don't know what's ahead if you're not allowing this thing to end. Whatever that thing is, you don't know what it is ahead. It's fearful. It's crazy. Being in the unknown, I can tell you right now, still, it's something that I have a lot of fear in the unknown. But it's I can also tell you my fear of the unknown is not doing me well. It's not doing me well at all. Because you don't know what good awaits from just allowing the tower to fall. So allow the tower to fall. Whoever I'm speaking to right now, allow it to fall. It's going to be scary. It's going to be crazy. But allow it to fall because, again, the unknown energy, or at least one of them, was this. financial freedom. We're going to have to go through the other BS unknown energy as well. But allow these things to happen. Even if it seems as though it's bad after bad after bad, allow it to happen. Because we are able to build back better. All right? No political BS. But like, we're able to build back in a better way that's going to create this for ourselves and, again, the community. This is a collective reading. So sure, there's one person in this photo, but think about it. If we all move in this energy, if we all just allow the tower to fall, if we all just allow ourselves to build ourselves and our community back up, this is what's going to happen. All right. The last card, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So yes, all reverse energy for this reading except for the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. But this is not an energy that you want to move in. And when it's like this, all right, this is someone who is pretty much being a bully, someone who is cynical, someone who is all talk as in its essence, someone with like a lot of just ego, and they're just moving in their ego instead of actually taking action and all this other stuff. So, quite the intense reading, pretty much. But as I stated before, keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. I'm going to use her to block my face real quick. Keep this in mind. I study this card, and just know that as a collective, even if, again, if you don't identify with this reading at all, still, it's always nice to keep the Nine of Pentacles in mind, especially in this upright position. Because it's all the luxury that you want, whatever luxury means to you. And I understand that luxury is a word that has I guess a specific look or whatever the case is, but I'm asking you to use your own definition of what it looks like to you. It could look like the quote textbook definition of luxury. It could simply just be meaning you are on a farmland somewhere and you own the land and you're financially free, like all this other stuff. You ain't got to worry in the world as far as finances or whatever the outside world or society. It could be that. It could be you on a beach somewhere. It could be you, whatever, taking care of your community and being able to have the resource to stay where you are and take care of your family and the people around you. Whatever luxury means to you, keep that in mind. All right. So that has been the reading, the collective reading for everybody, for us all. Thanks once again, for subscribing to the pod. I keep wanting to say podcast. It's a channel, y'all. It's a channel, not a podcast, but thank you for subscribing to the channel. And like I said, I'm going to do these every 12 subscribers. So, we're close to 24. So if you want another collective read, hit that subscribe. If you want general reads as well, hit that subscribe. If you want a private reading, you can subscribe. But the best way to get a private reading, you don't have to be a subscriber, by the way, to get a private reading from me. All you have to do is shoot me an email, and I'll tell you the details on how we could book one, the packages that I have, and we could go from there with scheduling a private reading. But again, general reads and all the other stuff are free, and it's just as much of a joy for me to do it for you as it is a private reading. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, peace out.